Good evening, Facebook, and welcome to Deep Conversations and Transformations. My name is Lynette, and the intention behind these interviews is that everyone involved positively transforms. And tonight I'm joined by Orla Brogan. Let's hope it works. It just cut us off. Orla is a sales and business coach, and she's the founder. Hello! We just got,
Hi.
basically, we got kicked off Facebook there for some reason. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm really good and I'm so excited to have you on here. It's funny, this is like kind of our first face-to-face meeting, and I've been told by so many people how amazing you are, how your energy is just so great, and they said we'd get on really well. So I'm sure we will. And I'm excited to hear all about you.
Oh, thank you. Because everyone I meet says, you have to meet Lynette. You have to meet Lynette. You're going to get along like a house on fire. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. So tell me, how did you become a sales and business coach? What brought you on this path?
Yeah, that's a really good question because I went about a kind of a different route to most in that I trained as a coach first and foremost.
Yep.
And my day job was always in sales and business development. And it was my job to kind of just have those cheesy sales conversations and to build up all the sales lines. And I actually overheard a conversation once between two women, and they were talking about one woman had a clothing company. And her friend was saying, oh, I met a lady recently and she was thinking about starting a clothing company just like yours. But don't worry, I told her how hard it was and I talked her out of it. And I
Oh,
was like, what the fuck? Like, I was sitting there going, how did this even happen? So I turned around and I said, but why didn't you tell her about your friend? And she was like, oh, and the penny dropped. Like, and you could see she was like, oh my God. And then I was chatting to the two anyway, and it just boiled down to the fact that they hated sales and they hated everything to do with marketing. And I was like, like I really enjoy this and I love it and I don't see it selling. And if people don't like it, maybe they need help.
yeah.
Um, so I started to chat to more and more people and more and more people, and I realized that confidence behind selling and selling authentically and selling by unashamedly being yourself was actually quite difficult for more people than I was happy with. So then I actually just threw myself into my day job more and learned everything I could while I was on the clock and did more and more coaching qualifications on the side. And I was like, actually, this is the perfect combination for me because lots of people, start a business and then decide to be a coach, whereas I already had a love of coaching and
Yeah.
decided then it was about running a business because that's what I was used to doing for years in the corporate world. So that's how it came about. And I felt like I was solving a problem that I'd known since I was a child because all my parents both ran their own business, and I saw how confidence impacted my mum, and I just didn't
Mm,
want that to happen to anyone else either.
amazing. And so how long have you been a coach, sales coach and business then?
So 4 years I've been doing
Yep.
sales and business coaching, and I worked part-time before I left my full-time job. And I started by doing like networking events throughout Edinburgh, evening events before I became a mum, and then they switched to day events because my evenings are like gold dust nowadays where I'm with the little guy.
Yeah.
So it's just about getting, yourself in a mum, it's just about getting the balance right.
Yeah, so thank you for being on tonight because I
Thank
know
you.
your son is obviously bedtime for him. So
It's a nightmare.
you also are the founder of the Mumpreneur Revolution, right? So
Mhm.
tell us all about that.
Yeah, well, it was really interesting because the second that I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, I'm going to set up a mums group. And the Mums in Business Association is huge across the UK, but for me, it was like very much something local, something I could connect with. And I thought somebody would do it before I had Dalton because obviously your pregnancy is a long time. And
Yeah.
nobody did. So when he was born, within 2 weeks, I said, right, I'm planning a networking event. I'm setting up the Facebook group. And, we've already got 2,000 members almost. Alton
Wow.
and I have met Sheryl Sandberg because we've been invited through community memberships to Facebook, and we've had like a great time with it, and I've really enjoyed it. And he has made so many friends, and I have made so many friends that I feel like he's had the best start because of it. Because like all of his friends now have been mums I've met through the group, and they're little boys and they're little girls. So it's just been absolutely amazing for both of us.
That's amazing. And as you know, as a new mum, it's so, it's essential to have that connection, isn't it? I remember going to baby groups. It wasn't business groups, but it was baby groups where you just went to actually get some conversations with other mums.
Yeah, and it's such an eye opener because it's actually a pivotal moment in so many people's lives. And I think if you spent your 20s and some of your 30s in a job that maybe wasn't for you, and all of a
Mm,
sudden you have this beautiful baby and you're like, I'm not going back. And so
yeah.
many women are like, I'm not going back. and they then decide to start a business or to change course in their business, it's actually the worst time and the best time at the same time, because it's brilliant in terms of you have this motivation, but it's horrible in terms of you're just loading more stuff on your shoulders, and you're loading more pressure, and you're loading more things to take care of. So knowing that we can actually just have a networking event that you can come to, and you can actually say, do you know what, I do have a dream, and loads of women there to support you and help you do that. That's been, for me, the best thing ever.
That's amazing. And is it women that you work with only?
Primarily women, which is really weird, because like when you're a coach, you're told to niche down, and so many people niche down based on the sexes. So it's for me, the next few years is about spreading what I offer. But people think there's this thing about women joining together, but actually we're so poorly represented that, you know, it's still the majority of men that run their own businesses. It's still the majority of men that can get away easier from the families. So although it seems like women groups are kind of exclusive, it's not really about that. It's actually about providing that camaraderie and then expanding it, as opposed to just doing it for women.
Amazing. So we had loads of questions come through.
Yay.
I'd love to ask you from my audience and probably your audience. So the first one is, how do I figure out if my idea is good enough to start a business and earn a living from? So somebody that has an idea, like, how do they know that that idea is good enough to start the business and start making money from it?
Brilliant. The most important thing for any business venture is confidence, you know, and I think we get told, or we learn along the way, that has to be confidence in social media, in marketing, in promoting yourself, and that's way too far down the line. What you need now is confidence that there's a market out there for what you offer, and confidence that you can make a difference in people's lives. So if you want to know if what you do is viable, just sit there and just ask yourself, okay, how does what I want to do change the lives of the people that I'm going to work with? You know, be that as the benefits of a product, or be that as people who use the service. And it's basically called drilling down on your transformations. You know, what is it that I'm really selling? And then you want to work out, okay, who wants those transformations the most? And if those people can afford to pay you, and you can access them through your marketing and your budget, then you've got a viable business. And it's taking those small steps forward. So don't think, you know, do I have to be an Instagram star? Do I have to have a website with the best SEO? Take a step back and think, okay, is there people actually who will benefit from what I offer? And can I reach them? And can they afford to pay me? Because broken wing syndrome is something that exists a lot in business, and women in business, because we're nurturers and because lots of us are mums, we think that we have to take care and that we don't deserve to be paid as well as we should be. Men are really so much better at this. It's about kind of getting that black and whiteness. If I'm adding value, I deserve to be paid. I deserve to be paid well, but making sure that people that you're working with can afford to pay you, or will choose to spend their money on you, because that's absolutely essential.
Yeah, the M word, it's a funny one, isn't it? Money. People don't really want to talk about that, but it's key to, you know, creating that successful business.
Oh God, yeah. Well, you wouldn't walk into Tesco's and expect not to pay for your shopping. You know, you wouldn't be offended at the checkout if they said you owe me money. So it's just about being, but again, Tesco are confident you need your weekly shopping, and they're confident they've communicated that really well. So you have to get really, really, really confident that you're offering something people want, and detaching yourself from the outcome. It's not them saying they don't want you. It's them saying you need to tweak what you're currently presenting, and presenting it in a different way so that they really want to buy it. And that's what makes the world a difference.
Thank you. That's a great answer. So good. So the second question that came through was, can what you teach also relate to people who do not work for themselves? So somebody that's just in a job, say corporate or other sort of work, the stuff that you teach, would it still relate to them? Yeah, definitely. I think because I honed my skills in a corporate environment, I was very much detached from the outcome, but still very passionate about achieving the results. So for me, I've got two mottos. The first one is just be yourself in order to sell more. And we know from the corporate world that actually businesses have to have something more about them. They have to genuinely care. They have to be passionate, and people are leaning more towards those businesses. So regardless of what business that you do, learning how to be yourself and learning how to do that in an organization and helping other parts of the organization to do it is absolutely key. And the other thing that I'm very heavily focused on is the power of communities and a community building approach.
So we teach people basically how to listen, how to work out what a community wants, and how to help them grow and move forward without being cliquish, because nobody wants to be a part of a clique. They just want to be a
Yeah.
part of a community that cares. So learning how to be yourself is absolutely essential, and just being confident that none of us are perfect, but we can only do what we can do today. And I just, I'm far from perfect, but I just want to be me. And if I can help other people be themselves and grow, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the third question was, what's the best piece of advice you have ever given and also ever received?
Oh, that's such a good
I
question.
like that question.
I'll go with the best bit of advice I've ever received, and it's so cheesy, but it was from my granny. And like, my granny owned a business in the time when, like, it was a high street, and she had a shop on the high street, and
Yeah.
and her advice was like, everyone thinks their goose is the golden goose.
Uh-huh.
And I've learned that with kids and with businesses, that for so many reasons, and you just have to accept it, there's nothing wrong with it. For so many reasons, people are only focused on their own life and their own family and their own kids and their own business. And if you're trying to help them, don't try and change their minds. Try and tap into what's going on in their day. Try and tap into what's going on in their life and make them feel more and more special. And you know yourself, if your little boy had a cold and I started talking about my child's cold, you'd switch off. It's your child. And
Yeah.
I think if you can do that in business, and you can stop making it about you, but making it about them, and help them and what do they want, it's absolutely key. So that's definitely the best bit of advice that I've achieved. And probably the best bit of advice that I've given is just tell people just to fuck it. Like, and I curse a lot, and I'm sorry if people don't curse.
Yeah,
But
fuck it. I
I
love that
know,
word.
thank you. And it's just like, life's too short. Things don't work
Yeah.
out. Things aren't perfect. People won't be in your life forever. You're not going to be the same person forever. And it's just don't worry about things so much. And actually, another bit of advice that I got given, because I know Leslie's watching, and she didn't even give it to me. She gave it to another person. It was like, you're not that important. And
Yes.
you're not, you're not. We think that we are, and we think everyone's watching us on social media, everyone's reading our emails, everyone cares about what we release. I wish, like, they genuinely don't.
Yeah.
So just go with the flow and just do it. And chances are people didn't notice too much anyway. So just be more consistent, but just, life's too short. Life's honestly too short to worry. So fuck it.
Yeah, I love it. I love a good swear.
Good job.
We'll definitely get on. So somebody asked, you get so passionate about other people's businesses and goals. What are yours? So this is quite a personal question, right? What are some of your goals for your business or your life?
I think that's such a good question, because I know that was Laura that posted that question, because I saw it on Instagram, and I bumped into Laura today in the coffee shop today. And I think the first thing is, it's just about not being ashamed of your goals. In the first instance, like, for ages, I thought, like, I had to have the same goals as everyone else. I had to have the goals about, like, the house and the family and everything that comes with it. And sometimes I'm seeing so many people that have that and they're not happy. And I think we're doing something wrong. Life isn't about tick boxing. So I'm not ashamed to say I want to be a world famous coach. I want to be speaking from the stage. I want to be changing people's lives, because for me, I've spent money on every course out there, and I've done all of the training out there, and I don't think there's people real enough. I don't think there's people talking about the genuine struggle, because they're so far detached from it. And if they are, they try and dust over it because they don't want to admit it's hard work, and they don't want to admit that you're going to lose stuff along the way for all that you're going to gain. So I want to be a world famous coach. I want to speak from the stage, and I want to spend as much time with my family and my little boy as I possibly can.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm very lucky. He's got the best dad in the world, who is so involved and takes care of him so well. So as parents, we're both so lucky. So, but I want to continue that. I want us both to have our time with them, where we get that dedicated time and we both get to look after him. It's so important to me.
That's amazing. Iona has wrote, you are changing lives. You certainly are.
I love Iona.
She's amazing.
Unreal.
So cool. So I love that. So, and you talk about speaking on stage, which you already do. And I know that you've got an amazing event coming up, which I've been asked to lead a workshop at, which I'm feeling super honoured. So tell everyone out there, what is this event that you've created? It's going to be huge.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. So first and foremost, the event was about, like, collaboration over competition. So Anna Payne, one of the most amazing women in the world, and myself have put this together. We're both business coaches, and I was asked ages ago by a client, would I put on a boot camp? And I was waiting for the right person to do the boot camp with, because I didn't want to do it on my own. And when Anna started and Anna changed her path, I was like, will you do it with me? She's like, yeah. So we have put on the event that we wished had been on in Edinburgh for ages.
Yeah.
So we sat down and we made our dream list of speakers. We've achieved loads of them, so we're delighted. And
Yes.
a mixture between local experts, and we've got Janet Murray flying up from London. She's mega famous in the coaching world. She's great at helping people get PR. And it's just about creating a 2-day transformational boot camp that, you'll come in kind of not sure if you can do it, like maybe questioning, mindset is so important, goal setting. And it's about providing the clarity, the accountability and the camaraderie to help you achieve your goals in a structured way.
Yeah.
And we're just super excited about it. It's on the 20th and the 21st of November, and we absolutely cannot wait.
So yeah, it's a 2-day event.
It's a
and
2-day
tickets
event.
are on sale. So once I repost this interview, could you please put on the details, like the link, so that if anyone's watching, they're like, that's for me.
I can, of course.
So,
Yeah, absolutely delighted.
I mean, a 2-day boot camp, whenever you do, or whenever I do a seminar or something that you go to for a couple of days or 3 days, you do come out feeling super charged, right? You feel inspired, and that allows you to create some change. So I know that anyone that comes to that is going to create lots of change, positive change.
Definitely, that's what we've been aiming for, is just getting your goals set, getting that passion, but also getting the know-how to do it, and making the friends there, networking with people that you could potentially do business with in the future, and tapping into their minds and tapping into their brains so that you can get the amazing ideas that are going to help drive you and your business forward. Because it's as much about the business owner as it is about the business, and it's about building both of them up and combining them together in the right way.
Yeah, and that is, you talked about accountability as well. And maybe in that room you find some accountability partners, so that when you create the goals in that 2-day event, you actually follow through with them, because you've got some people holding you accountable.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And even just not being afraid to say out loud, I want goal set. In the group, we get lots of posts about people, who maybe don't have the most supportive environment because they have kids to raise and they have a family and they've left a corporate job, and it's a lot of pressure. But being in a room where everyone else is actually like, I'm in the same situation. It's not easy, but I'm going for this. That's going to make you feel amazing as well, and really, really want to achieve it.
Yeah, and also having, say, I don't know how many people are going to be there, but if you had 60 people cheering you on, you're going to be unstoppable. I know that feeling when you've got so many people egging you on and telling you can do it. You're like, yes, I can. Fuck it.
Definitely. Yeah, exactly. Fuck it, and just go for it, and just be yourself, and just do it. And that's definitely, we've been planning this for months now, and we're so excited, and she's been the perfect partner. We're on the same page, and it's also about combining, stars not from Edinburgh and getting them up to Edinburgh, but also with local experts like yourself who are already changing lives up here, so that this is a mini community that we really want to create and really enjoy. So I just can't wait. I'm so excited. It's like, yay.
Yes, I'm excited, buzzing for that one. So what's your most important habit, would you say?
Yeah, I love that you've asked that, because I didn't know that one was coming. My most important habit is checking in with my mindset. My most important habit is not taking things personally if things go wrong. And I have a book, or I have an audio, or I have a song, or I have something for every mood that gets me feeling down. So no more than yourself, I'm massively into personal development, but I resonate more with the old style, like with the Ogmandinos of this world, and all about like building up your character. So if I'm having a bad day, I'll allow myself to have a bad day, and I won't beat myself up about it, but I'm like, okay, what audiobook am I listening to today? What's going into my mind? What's controlling my mind? And just sit there and just listen all day long, and just get myself out of any funk that I'm in, because I know myself, once you dip in, it's so hard to get out. So it's just about maintaining yourself up here. So the best advice I can give to anyone if they're starting on a journey to build a business or to change their lives is to discover personal development, whether you prefer to read, watch videos, or listen. Find the people that are going to inspire you in a certain mood, in a certain situation, and listen to those people and learn from those people, and just read their stories and know that it's possible. But don't backtrack. Just stick to personal development, because it does make a huge difference. And I've been through so much, and I've had so much crap happening, and people are like, how do you stay positive? And I'm like, because I choose to, and it's really hard to choose to, because it would be lovely not to.
Yeah.
But you just have to choose the people that are going to change up here, and combine that then with the work and the knowledge and the learning your craft, and keep moving forward.
That's amazing. Honestly, the best advice, like personal development. And I love that you listen to so much. And it's so true. You can't get yourself out that funk, you know, when you're in a low state.
Yeah.
It's just getting committed to the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Oh God, definitely. And sharing it, like, you know, like sharing, you know, if you think a book's going to work for another person, send them the book. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Sometimes my sister will say, stop recommending books to me. And for the most part, people are, and it comes to parenting, it comes to everything. Like, I never want to feel like I know everything. Like, if I ever feel like I know everything, all of my friends have the permission to unfollow me and unfriend me, because I want to be always learning and always growing, and just opening up your mind to a different perspective. And that's key for me.
That's amazing. So what's the most important lesson you've learned so far on this journey? Called life, or called your business
life
coaching?
Yeah.
What's your most important lesson?
Oh, do you know, I would just probably say it's about the keeping growing. Like, and it's not about saying you have to be unhappy about where you are. Everyone should be so grateful about where you are. But I look at my son, you know, like, and every day he wakes up, and lately it's lolly. And it's just about waking up every day with a sense of wonder, and not taking it for granted. And you know, I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, look at the sky, look at the stars, this is amazing. But actually getting, you know, we do get a chance to be here, and we do get a chance to do things differently, and just enjoying it, and just being grateful. And I was listening to Ogmandino this week, and he was talking about, like, living every day of your life in day-type compartments. And I will forget that, but as soon as I listen to it, I'm back on track, and I'm like, okay, well, what can I get done today? And not beating yourself up because you cannot do it, or you didn't do it yesterday, but what can I do today? And actually, we're not as old as we think we are. I think I'm quite old.
Oh God,
but, like,
no, you're not. We're young.
I know, exactly. You know, and we could live for another 60 years. So just go with the flow and just be happy. But I think the biggest lesson is just to keep learning and to keep growing, and never be satisfied. Always be grateful, but never be satisfied. You know, always be grateful, but never, just keep moving.
Keep moving forward. So, like, you have already started a legacy, right? And what would you like your legacy to be?
Oh, thank you. That's I'm very flattered that you said that.
Well, you have already. Like, I know you have, because without people have been talking about you to me for over a year. I don't know why we haven't met yet.
I know, it's all right.
Everyone always tells me how you've helped them, and how you've helped them to see things a lot clearer. So the legacy's already started, right? But what would you like your legacy to be?
Oh, if I could be remembered for, like, one thing, like, it would just be like that everyone who came got a hug and a smile and was made to feel welcome. And
amazing.
And I know we'll have some people that are like, no, don't hug me, I've got the cold and all this. And I'm like, I find that people remember two things when they come to an event or when they come to something: how they were welcomed, and how they were dealt with when they left, or how they were made to feel when they left. And I've learned since then, we need to get a peak moment in every situation as well. And I was like, if everyone comes and they know that I genuinely want them to be there, that's going to make a huge difference. Because I see people come into events, and I know they get a bit nervous when they come in, and they know that I want them there. And if they have kids, like, work hard on remembering the kids' names. And I think that's what I wanted to be, that people were welcomed. And if it's not for them, absolutely fine. I totally understand that, so long as you find what is for you, and so long as you find who is the right person for you. But I just want people to know that life is lonely enough as it is. Being a mum is lonely. Like, your head can crack up, especially with young kids. And, you know, you're all day on them. And if they don't sleep, and I know it's so funny because I know some of the women watching, and I know they too have kids that don't sleep. If they don't sleep and you're up in the night, it's so lonely. So just be nice to people. just make them feel welcome.
I love that. It's so funny, because my meditation sessions, basically everyone gets a hug. And then at the end, I'm like, right, make sure you hug at least 4 people, because they say they say we need 4 hugs a day for survival, 8 for maintenance, and 12 for growth a day.
Oh, that's so nice.
So I love that you do that. But the people at my class hear me say that every week. They're probably like, yeah, we're bored now, we know. But it does make a difference, that hug, that connection, that really feeling like you are supported.
Oh, yeah. And if somebody's gone out of their way, and even like for free events, there's always an expense involved, be it like sorting out a babysitter, leaving your kids, you know, like
Yeah.
just getting a taxi or a bus. So I think if people are investing their time, their money, and their effort, the least you can do is make them feel welcome, because that's what they deserve.
Oh, you've got such a beautiful soul.
Oh,
It's been
thank
amazing
you.
asking you all these questions. What, like, is there one book that you would recommend that maybe was so life-changing for you, or like a TED Talk or something that you can leave everyone with?
Yeah, I think, yeah, oh God, I don't know if I can narrow this one down to now.
I know there's so many,
All
but
right.
whatever
Uh,
one is coming to you now, share that.
Yeah, I think, do you know what? I think for people who are starting a business, if you're starting a business, I think read The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino, because he went from contemplating suicide at 35 to within 10 years, the editor of Success magazine, and he teaches you age-old stuff, this character building. It's absolutely amazing, and it's his style of writing is unique and totally copied. But for someone more modern, I would recommend anything by Brendan Burchard on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Anything.
he's good.
Yeah, see, well, that's praise if it's coming for you. So yeah, like I know you know
Yeah.
your stuff, and he does this really cool video that's called "The Cage, Comfortable and Charged Life." And if I'm having a bad day, I'll watch that, because it's all about how there's three types of life and how we transition between the three. And the people I meet and the people that I'm working with, and myself included, everyone's jumping from the comfortable to the charged life. You know, they've had a life where it's ticked all the boxes, and now they're like, actually, I want more, and I'm not ashamed to want more. And when people identify that that's not a bad thing by watching this video, I think it makes such a huge difference to your mindset. So I would definitely recommend that.
Amazing. If you can remember, will you post that
I'll post
afterwards?
that.
Is that all
I'll
right?
comment
Sorry,
the
I'm
link. Yeah,
asking you.
no, that's no
I'm
bother. I'm
asking you
just
to
like,
post a lot. So
got
you're
a notebook.
posting, yeah, you're posting the event.
Yeah.
Also post how people can get in touch with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you've got Instagram, your website,
Mm-hmm.
and then the book
I'm
and
trying to then.
the video would be great.
Yeah, cool. I have all that here. So yeah, I'll remember to do that.
Amazing. Is there anything else you'd love to share with the audience that's been watching? There've been a lot of people watching us tonight and a lot of
Oh,
comments
yeah.
coming through.
Just thank you. Just like, you know, I had Alton's 2 now. He turned 2 yesterday, and you know, like I had this
Oh,
dream.
happy birthday.
Thank you. I know I'm so emotional. It's unreal. I just couldn't. I had to go to bed yesterday with a headache, because I was like, oh my God, my baby's grown up.
Oh,
I know. I was like, it was so much. But and I just feel so lucky that he's made friends, I've made friends, and we get to spend so much time together. You know, like I was sending out a newsletter today, and I was like, on a random Tuesday morning, I can dance with him around the kitchen for an hour, like for an hour,
yes.
because of what I do. And that's all down to the people that came to the networking events. That's all down to the people that joined the group and the people that have supported me. And I'm so grateful for that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
so grateful. So I just want to say thank you, basically. And I'm looking forward to giving back and learning more and constantly getting better, so I can help people in other ways, because I feel that it's definitely reciprocal. And you know, you help people, they help you. And I just think we're all so lucky in what we do, especially
Yeah.
when you're self-employed, that you do get to choose. You know, you lose out in so much, but you gain in so many ways. And for me, it's been cuddling my boy on so many mornings when other women had to go out to work, and that's down to the people that have joined my group, and I'm so grateful for that. So thank you.
That's amazing. Ali Mendez has wrote, wow, Orla is so inspirational.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. Thank you.
So, you know, I cannot wait to meet you in
I
person and give you that
know.
tight hug. And then also to be on your event. Like, thank you so much.
No,
And thank
thank
you
you.
for taking the time this evening to come on. And I'm sure we'll be up to stuff in the future together. I
Oh,
can feel it.
definitely.
More
Oh,
stuff.
definitely. Oh, yeah, thank you. And I can't wait to meet you, because Laura was even saying today, she's like, can't wait till you and Lynette get together. You'll be unstoppable. I was like, yay. So
Yes.
thank you. No, we're so excited to have you at the event, and I'm so grateful that you've agreed to do it. And for Anna and all of her hard work as well. We're really, really grateful. So thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight, for all the comments, and hopefully see you all soon. All right. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.